Welcome to day 2 of your Ayurveda Fall Reset. I hope you spent yesterday preparing well for the days ahead so that your pantry is full and your fridge is full of yummy foods. Your schedule is kind of cleared out and allows some space for you to be very successful over the coming days, because starting today you are in 110% to this cleanse. So we have also are here to begin integrating the daily structure that we talked about at the ceremony. So a reminder of what that looks like. We're aiming to wake up between 6 and 6:30 a.m., but no later than 7. Breakfast comes shortly after, between the hours of 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. And remember that something warm and grounding like oatmeal is always a great option. If you're not quite that hungry, fruit is your next best choice. But remember, we're not eating raw foods, so that fruit must be cooked somehow. Apples and pears are a really good way to, or good fruits to cook, so I recommend those. And then as we move through the day, we move towards our biggest meal of the day, which is lunch, and that's our khichdi. And we are eating between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. And that's, like I said, the biggest meal of the day. So your khichdi with all your yummy vegetables on top, and something you should really enjoy. Dinner time is coming kind of earlier than most are used to, and we did talk about this in the ceremony. So 4 to 6 p.m. is our goal for dinner. However, we know that is not always possible for everyone every day. So kind of the rule of thumb, the later it goes past 6 p.m., the lighter and less you're actually intaking. So maybe your dinner becomes much more soupy, or you're not eating quite as much as dinner. And this will give the digestive system more opportunity to move anything you've eaten through the day and digest it properly before you go to bed. So before we go to bed tonight, we're taking 2 Triphala tablets instead of just 1, so you're upping your herbal dose. And then we are in bed, ready for bed, hopefully asleep by 10 p.m. So that's the structure for your day, and that will be recurring for the coming days. And actually that's kind of a structure I hope works for you so that you can take out of this reset and utilize in your life beyond this experience, because it is a really natural cycle to a day. Now, the other thing we're introducing is all of the rituals that we talked about in the ceremony. So the Ayurvedic rituals, starting with tongue scraping. So you've got your tongue scraper in your ritual kit. Now we're doing this in the morning before you brush your teeth, just gentle back to front strokes with the tongue scraper and rinsing it off in water. Your goal is to get any kind of residue or what we call ama toxicity off the tongue. It's usually in a white coating is the manifestation of ama in the mouth. So tongue scraping. The next is neti and nasya. So I know some of you are not familiar with either one or have one of those practices and not the other, but this is your time to start doing both. So neti, I mentioned in the ceremony how I like to do it in the shower, keeping bottled water in the closet or somewhere in your bathroom, filling your neti with that. You may use the salt that comes with the neti. You also don't have to. I personally don't use the salt all the time. I find it kind of drying at times. And then while you're in the shower, so it's definitely an experiment. Make sure to get a good head tilt on the neti. So when you're putting the neti pot up one nostril, leaning forward, tilting the head to one side so that you have a nice angle for the water to flush out the sinus cavity. So we always follow neti with nasya, which is the oiling of the nose. So you also got your Pavani Ayurveda nasya oil in your ritual kit. And this is just anywhere from 3 to 5 drops of oil in each nostril. And it's just a very gentle, effective treatment to help ground vata in the mind. So neti and nasya. And then the last one is our Garshana, the dry brush, and Abhyanga, which is the self-massage. So we're not dry brushing quite as much this season as we do in the spring. So this is a good day to do it, and I'll encourage you again in the coming days. So I'd recommend dry brushing today, followed by your self-massage with any herbal oils, or we talked about organic untoasted sesame oil is a good option, avocado oil is a good option, but we're rubbing the body with oil from the extremities towards the heart always. And we talked a little bit about doing this before the shower, before you take a shower, and also you can do it after you take a shower. So some of these routines will kind of depend on what your shower life is like. So that might be morning and it might be evening. And I'm not too rigid on when that happens for you, as long as you are doing it. So those are the Ayurvedic rituals that you're introducing today as well. And last but not least is the mantra. So for the next 2 days, you will have a mantra that you'll be working with. You'll be writing this mantra on those cards you were given and placing them in 3 places that you see the most. So I put a couple recommendations in the blog about where I think those would be best, but you know your life better than I. Our mantra is a modern Buddhist mantra, and you can read more about it in the blog where it comes from, but the mantra is, right now, it's like this. And I love this mantra because it really kind of reminds us that impermanence is at work here. We have a tendency, especially at the beginning of a journey and when it comes to these cleanses, the mind is kind of like, oh, this is gonna last forever. And I have to cancel all my plans and throw away all this food that I didn't eat before the cleanse. This is gonna be forever. And the reality is, it's not. You won't eat khichdi forever. You will be able to go to happy hour again next week. There's so much to life that you won't be missing in these 7 days. So though you might be saying no to some of your favorite things in this time right now, it's like this, but it won't be like this forever. So this mantra is to help you remind yourself that you have chosen to be here and this is a temporary situation. So whenever you're finding yourself challenged or maybe hungry, that's a big time when you're hungry and you start, passing some of your favorite restaurants, or your friend calls you and see if you're free for dinner. That's the time when you remind yourself, right now, it's like this. And I have chosen to be on this Ayurvedic fall reset, and I commit 110% to that. So I hope that mantra helps you stay strong for the next couple of days as you fight off some of those demons that might peek their head, and that you feel more in control of your choices because of this mantra. So right now, it is like this. Right now, you are on day 2 of your Ayurveda fall reset. You are integrating all of this wisdom into your life, even if it's a little bit challenging, and you have chosen to do this for your own mental, emotional, and physical health, and you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to hear from you about how things are going. Just a reminder to leave any comments or questions that you have in the comments on the bottom of day 2's blog post, the community forum. And also, if you are having trouble with that, or if there's some sort of issue that unforeseen that I don't know, just go ahead and shoot me an email to jenna@thelotusroomnashville.com, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. Otherwise, I wish you all well at the beginning of your official cleansing day, and I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow. Have a great one.